Serious Minds Brain Tonic was created to sharpen the mind by protecting cells and increasing neurotransmitters associated with learning and memory. This is the Serious Minds Brain Tonic. The Resurrection Formula. This male reproductive tonic elixir is the resurrection you've been looking for. It is a stimulating sexual tonic with mild androgen-like effects that is nourishing to the reproductive system. You can order them at www.professorgriff.me and www.seriousmindsinstitute.com. Just call 678-557-2919. Your health is your wealth. Peace.
Do your children love learning? At the Institute for Self-Mastery, we've been homeschooling for 10 years. We didn't just hop on this because of what's going on now. Check us out, the Institute for Self-Mastery, ismhomeschool.org. Peace.
In today's climate, being safe is priority number one. With crime on the rise, we're all left with this magical question: how can I be safe and protect my family? Well, Professor Griff is offering a course that's similar to laser tag, but it's for adults. This safe and firearm-free course will train you in real-life scenarios so that you can avoid being a victim. This course is growing in popularity as a date night out. Add fun and excitement back into your love life, and the reviews are incredible. For more information, call this number below.
Aisha Ra will tell you a little bit more about that in a few minutes. All right. But thank y'all very much for supporting the platform with purchasing the resurrection formula. Beautiful thing. Thank y'all very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I doubled up on the order, so there's about 20 bottles left. Nope, should be about 15 now. But anyway, thank you very much. And the Serious Minds Brain Tonic. Y'all bought me out of the Serious Minds Brain Tonic. I'm brewing some now, about to pour some in a few days. I'll only have about 10 of those bottles left. All right, so thank you all very much. Y'all got to get the King Chi formula also. So tonight, we're going to be talking about the dangers of eating sugar. Aisha Ra, L, and Dr. G. Hernandez will be coming on. But I do want to dive into Dr. Suzar's book and some of the aspects of what she talked about in this book, Drugs Masquerading as Food, Deliciously Killing American Africans. I'm going to dive into that in a second. And also, I got up on deck the Dangers of Sugar documentary. I'm not sure how many people have saw that, but we're going to be diving into aspects of that. Hopefully, y'all don't mind. So in the meantime, between time, let me bring my guest on. L, what's good with you?
Peace and love. How you doing today?
I'm maintaining, trying to be like you. Everything good with you?
All is in divine order. Yes.
That's a beautiful thing. Definitely. All right. So do me a favor, introduce yourself for the people that don't know you. Give the disclaimer and give them a tidbit, just a tad bit of what we're going to be talking about today, because I got a clip I want to play. I got something I want to read from Dr. Suzar's book, and I got something to read from, we're only going to be on about 40 minutes, so let's make it happen.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so greetings, peace and love, all wonderful family. I am Aisha Ra. I am a herbal pharmacist and co-owner to Smile Pharmacy Herb Shop and Apothecary in Atlanta, Georgia. We also have an online presence as well. And you can follow us on all of our social media platforms at Smile Pharmacy. That's SMAIFARMACY. And my partner, King, he'll be maybe on in a few moments. That's Dr. Gabriel Hernandez L. And today, we diving into the dangers of sugars. So as we grew up, we all endured a lot of sugar. Compared to where we are now, it's definitely amounts of added sugar. Now,
Right.
Don't want to, it's definitely key when I say that about sugars, because added sugar and natural sugars can be different. You can find them in your natural fruits, vegetables, your whole grains. But nowadays, this American, sad diet, the standard American diet, we're doing much more sugars like cookies, cakes, cereals, different yogurts, candies, fruit drinks, sodas, and not knowing it plays a dangerous effect on the body because it's added, it's added sugar. Sometimes it's over processed sugar. You have to look out for keywords because we have a difference in types of sugar that can affect the body. Fructose, we got lactose, sucrose. So when we're talking about these different ones, sucrose and fructose acts differently to the body. Natural fructose is like your fruits you can get, from your vegetables. And like I said, some whole grains naturally. So when we're diving into like sucrose, that could be anything from your natural sugars, as people say, like their honey, raw cane sugars, which is like a terminato sugar. What we're used to and consuming is a white sugar, which can also be found in plants, but it's over processed. They put too much in it to make it like it is. So that's the one that we can be hooked to a lot of sugars, but that's the one I knew growing up, like Kool-Aid. It was a lot of sugar, different, So right. But we don't realize that because we don't read when we go to the store. People like, oh, I didn't have that much sugar today. Well, you forgetting that juice you had. You didn't count, the juice you had, the cereal the child had.
Gum.
We're not looking at all of that different sugars that's affecting our body. So it can lead to some dangerous things that's happening. So if we don't pay attention. So that's what we're going to be basically, keying on tonight is the difference in sugars and how you can, you know, help yourself get better, you know, from different supplements, teas, also different detoxes. Look, all type of pies and cakes and stuff, and not knowing that it's like seriously, you know, slowly, but also sometimes it takes effect quicker, you know, obesity and diabetes and different inflammations in the body. We don't recognize it until it gets to the dangerous part. You want to go check on it now instead of saying, you know what am I doing daily? How much sugar am I actually getting in my body?
Right.
So that's what we're going to be touching on tonight. Natural sugars, dangers of sugars, you know, what you want to do to help yourself get out of different ailments and situations that you're in.
Right. Going into this subject, by the way, Soleil says she got to catch us on the next one. All right. Going into this subject, the effects of added sugar intake, higher blood pressure, inflammation, weight gain, diabetes, the fatty liver disease, are all linked to an increased risk in heart attack and strokes. All right. Because of your, I'm not calling you ignorant, but it's a degree of ignorance. When you're taking in all of this sugar, there's a plethora of information out there warning you against this. Dr. Layla Africa, in this book, and I mentioned it on a song that I did with my wife, Soleil. The song is called Etheric Rebel. We're in the middle of the song. Dr. Layla Africa says, we kind of reinforce the addiction. When we reinforce the addiction by calling each other sweetie, honey, sugar. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It reinforce our addiction. So subconsciously, we make everything sweet. And there recently, people say, "Oh, that's sweet."
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And we speak that our addiction, and we reinforce the addiction. Dr. Layla Africa talks about in his book, African Holistic Health.
Yeah.
Everyone should have this. Peace, man. What's good with you, bro?
Love, all is well. How you doing, Griff?
Give thanks. Everyone should have this on your nightstand, right next to the Bible, the Quran, the Talmud, all the other quote unquote holy books that you have.
That's right.
Because none of them books will do you any good if you not healthy.
Thanks.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's real. Matter of fact, if you that unhealthy, they might take them books and put them in your coffin as they lower you in the ground. If you don't have this one to stay alive.
That's right.
All right. Also, shout out to all my serious minds, support, family. Quan is on deck, making it happen. Great filibuster. Thank you for the donation. Hold on for a second. Not only the great filibuster, I'm missing somebody. Johnny Taylor, where you at, man? Mr. Charles Williams, thank you very much for the donation. Really appreciate that. Professor, thanks for letting me know there was no sound, and you're right. It wasn't. I'm clicking too many daggone buttons over here. All right. I want to give Quan a special thanks because I'm supposed to have been coming on at 3:00 in the afternoon on some days, and I just said to myself, man, by the time I wake up 8, 9 in the morning, by the time I look around, it's already 4:00. I'm like, damn, I'm supposed to have been on and off already. But we're gonna get back to that schedule because doing these late night things is wearing me out. Wearing me out. But anyway, shout out to my good sister, Dr. Suzanne. Drugs masquerading as foods. All right, drugs masquerading as foods. Never in history has there been a route to disease and death has been so pleasurable. The pathway and the road, she says, the route to disease and death have been pleasurable. Wow. They make it pleasurable to lead you to your death. They make you they make you enjoy it.
Yeah.
All right, so there's 11 reasons why too much sugar is bad for your health. So before I dive into that, we're also joined by my good brother, Mr. Angel Gabriel, directly from heaven. I don't know, he's always late because he's locking up heaven to come on down here with us to speak to us. You understand what I'm saying? What's good, bro?
Gotta lock the gates before I leave, you know.
Right? Lock the gates. It's like, yo.
All is well. Yeah, man, that's a major topic you on this evening. Man, that sugar. I know we touched on it before, lightweight on some other shows, but yeah, that is a major cause for a lot, if not most, of the issues that are plaguing, our people today.
Right.
It's one component of a lot of things together. True, but it's a major piece. You speak about it all the time. You bring up obesity,
Right.
And although it is well known, and have we already done a, excuse me?
No, we didn't.
No disclaimer?
No, we didn't.
Excuse me.
I was supposed to do that at the beginning. These statements have not been, governed by or stated by
Or proven by,
that's right, the FDA. The things that we're stating today and information that we have been given is not for us to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent. We just, want to entertain you with our words, and you take it, however, yeah.
whatever it is that you want to do with the information is strictly on you. We're having a dialogue here. We're creating a dialogue. We're pricking your conscience. We're raising the vibrational pitch of your consciousness in the area that we definitely have to dive into. Mm-hmm. Dr. Francis Cress Wilson gave us the 9 areas, and as y'all always know, I always add health to it. Yeah. You won't be able to participate in the other 9 areas of people activity if you're sick. So sweets and sugar and this kind of thing have been the go-to. The hell with crack, the hell with weed, sugar will beat out all of that, man. Food. Okay. And we're emotionally tied to some of these things. And this is a direct result of our not being disciplined enough to know how to feed ourselves.
That's right.
We were coming through that ma'afa, and someone else always had to feed us. Mm-hmm. It became a serious problem because they fed us those things that will keep us in the field, keep us up, keep us awake in the field. And we got the worst of the foods.
Right.
And then we had to, even while we were out there, sneak some herbs. Of course, the slave master children didn't know. We knew what herbs to pick and hide. You understand what I'm saying? In order to take and sprinkle in the foods and make them taste like something, to get some nutrients. Can you imagine eating the bowels of an animal, the bowels of a pig, and having to make that a delicacy?
Hey,
so we knew plant identification. So we had to kind of know that science in order to pick certain plants, in order to sprinkle it on the food, the worst food that we were getting, to make it taste like a little something. Right, hog maws, shitlins, pig feet, pig ass, pig underarm, knuckles, whatever the hell, from the Rudy to the Tootie.
And you got to remember too, the people that were targeted on the continent for slavery were those specifically who did not eat pork.
Major.
That's something to consider in that whole equation.
Right. So we're gonna dive into these 11 causes and what we can do tonight. I'm helping you out, Aisha Ra. I'm gonna read off some things and let's expound on them.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, bro. Large professor, people eat pigtails. Yeah, man. Pig ears, pig knuckles. When you start going in and have to clean out the bowels and rinse them out for 3 days before you eat them, yeah, nah. Mm-hmm. I know some idiot gonna come on and talk about, well, our ancestors ate pork. Stop that. Mm-hmm. Well, your ass is grown now. You don't have to have that. You don't have to eat pork anymore.
That's a major staple in Jamaica. Pigtail stew, red pea and pigtails. A major thing.
All right. So the number 1 cause in weight gain, rates of obesity. Should I put it on the screen or y'all cool?
Oh, go for it.
Yeah.
All right, hold on for a second. No, I will not respond to that, Dr. Love 6960. I am not the master. I refuse to. Nope. Nah. Nope. I'll let you know when I get there. Right now, no, I'm learning. Still a student. All right, let's talk about screen one and let's share. Can y'all see that?
Woo.
Can y'all see that?
Nah, but it's okay.
It's small.
See.
You ain't lying. It's smaller than them. Hold on for a second. I can't make it any bigger.
Okay, we can just hear you read it off, and we can.
All right. Well, it's big on my other screen.
Okay.
The number one cause in weight gain is the rates of obesity are rising worldwide, and added sugar, especially from sugar sweetened beverages, is thought to be the number one main culprit. Just interrupt me anytime y'all want to.
Yeah.
The next one is sugar sweetened drinks like sodas, juices, and sweetened teas are loaded with fructose, a type of simple sugar.
That's true.
That's right.
That's true. I remember growing up, we used to, we didn't do sweet tea. Let me say that. I know that, but yes. But the sweet tea, you get it huge. Fruit drinks, they, was feeding your child to give them, you want this? And then try to figure out what's going on with them later. So that's right head on. Juice. People still doing juices and not knowing how much sugar is in it or what type of sugar in it. It just says sugar. So yeah.
And we were kind of touching on it last week about the simple sugars and the complex carbohydrates, different things last week. Simple sugars are, your body ends up becoming a little confused because it's used to breaking down whole foods, and that's what it understands. So the language of processed sugar, it makes our system malfunction. It sends the wrong signals to the pancreas, having it sending out the wrong, the wrong chemicals in your body, and then forcing you to become, what do they call it? Insulin, not deficient. I'm sorry.
Insulin. I know the word you're looking for because it's right on the tip of my brain too. When you need it all the time.
That's right.
Rely on the insulin.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it also, when you're taking a lot of sugar into your body, it's also robbing you of your minerals. And so one of the things that you'll find in a lot of the people who are having challenges with sugar is a magnesium deficiency.
Right. Great filibuster gave us the word dependent, insulin dependent.
Thank you.
All right. Let me just finish this. Shout out to Wink. He said it's too much food being served in one serving at these restaurants. We can attest to that, definitely. And Shepsum said, yep, the high fructose corn syrup is a killer. I know a brother that depassed from it. Don't know what depassed mean, but I guess he died. Not sure. But anyway, let me finish this. Consuming fructose increases your hunger and desire for food more than glucose, the main type of sugar found in starchy foods. Moving on.
So
Go on.
That's a major challenge that people are facing. So that's like a side effect that ends up causing people to continue to eat. The same thing happens with salty foods. So those salty and those sugary foods, they're empty calories. Those chips, those, cookies. And so you're just going to continue to eat them. You sit down, that's why, I can attest, my mother had to be like, you need to get 3 or 4 of those, put them on a napkin and keep it going, but otherwise, if I sit there with the thing, you're going to eat the whole,
you go eat the
whole bag, the whole box,
yeah.
And that's before you had consciousness of anything in a box or a bag of, like, come on.
Yeah.
The idea of eating something out of a bag in a box was just kind of unheard of with my parents and grandparents.
Definitely.
So let's move on. It says consuming too much added sugar, especially from sugary beverages, increases your risk of weight gain and can lead to visceral fat accumulation. Number two, may increase your risk of heart disease. High sugar diets have been associated, but mind you, let me stop right there and say this. Anyone that wants this document, it's at healthline.com /nutrition /too much sugar. Healthline.com /nutrition /too dash much dash sugar. Too dash much dash sugar. Healthline.com/nutrition /2 TOO dash much dash sugar. Too much sugar. All right, let me finish this. High diets have been associated with the increased risk of many diseases, including heart disease, the #1 cause of death worldwide. Evidence suggests that high sugar diets can lead to obesity, inflammation. I read this earlier. Blood pressure levels, high risk factors in disease. Additionally, consuming too much sugar, especially from sugar sweetened drinks, have been linked to a whole bunch of stuff. A study over 30,000 people found that those who consume 17 to 21% of calories from added sugar added 38% greater risk of dying from heart disease. Now, in this book by Dr. Suzar, Drugs Masquerading as Foods, the silent, deadly, and delicious, she says on page 5, #1 drug is the wicked white sugar. In most cases, when you go in the earth, sugar is dark. They make it white. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. It says drug addiction initiated the African slave trade. Albinos' addiction to the drug called sugar. Sugar and spices were drugs of the early cultures. Sugar was worth its weight in gold at one particular time. So they had us picking all kind of stuff, not only cotton. You understand what I'm saying? They had us picking sugar. They had the sugar cane. They had us picking peanuts, tobacco, and other things on different plantations. So I don't want to mention that gentleman I had that online discussion with. I'm not going to call it a debate. You talk about black people were already here. Yeah, but they brought up ships and ships and ships load of black people, not only to Americas, but to the Virgin Islands, to Brazil and other places. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. They needed that slave labor, all right, in order to work the fields because they lazy as hell. They weren't working. You understand what I'm saying? And we picked everything. Everything. We picked everything. So Dr. Suzar said the wicked white sugar was one of the #1 drugs. It says white sugar penetrates through the walls of your stomach and your small intestines without being digested, giving you a quick high followed by a later crash. And you think you just spoke about that, Aisha Ra. It makes you come up, and then later on, yeah, you'll definitely feel the crash. And especially now, it's more evident now because it's an obvious crash. Hell, by the time you get out of the parking lot of McDevil's and Murder King and Chick-fil-A, your ass is asleep. They might blowing the horn and back to you, asking you to get out the way. They think you on your cell phone. But no, you done crashed from them damn French fries you ate because of what they're cooking it in. So #2, sugar may increase your risk of heart disease.
Yeah. It's a lot we can touch on that, Griff. I mean, it goes back to what we, I guess the first thing I mentioned, the obesity. You started with the visceral fat. The sugar can't be converted into energy fast enough, so it turns into fat. That continued, of course, now you're hungry again, so you continue the process.
Right.
So you can see how that will trickle down, snowball rather, and become obesity. Now, of course, you mentioned heart disease, right? And in this whole, I just want to mention this. We have, we've formulated a product called Glycomodulator to help people who have insulin dependency or who have sugar challenges with sugar in their system, to help them to modulate that situation, give them what they need to assist in that process. So the heart disease, of course, like you said, this is one of the main challenges that people are facing, health challenges that people are facing, right. Is the one killer. So not only So think about this, Griff. You pulled some knowledge from a great book, because even the title of that book infers some things that I don't think people are really seeing or really understanding when they hear the title. And what I mean by that, some of your favorite smoothie places, right, can have up to 20 or more teaspoons of sugar in it. And right now, the average American is consuming up to 40 teaspoons of sugar every single day.
Damn.
So one smoothie, you already done hit half your, and I mean, that's not where we should be. Don't get me wrong. That's just what's the average. So people that are going out and eating and drinking, like you said, Kool-Aid or sweet tea. Like, I don't know if anybody that's on this line right now have ever worked in the restaurant industry as a cook or a bartender or a server, knows that they dump piles of white sugar in that tea. There ain't no measurement. 9 times out of 10, nobody's measuring that. It's just look good. They make it just how, how they used to make
Kool-Aid. You already knew off the bat.
Okay, that's enough. And so that's really what's going on. So people don't even realize what's happening when they're going out to eat. So like you said, it's disguised. Even in a smoothie is the point I was trying to make. Who thinks their smoothie is going to be laden with sugar? I don't know if y'all know, but I don't want to say no names, but Smoothie Queen, right? They known to put ice cream in your smoothie. They'll pump the same. You remember when you was little in the city, and I grew up in Chicago. They used to have the guys come through the city and they give you the snow cones.
Yeah.
They pump that color sugar syrup. So that's the main ingredient when you go to some of these smoothie places. You thinking you're getting some healthy treat, but
you gotta watch it. You gotta ask the question. You gotta ask the question.
Yeah.
Sure. You need, you say, what is that? What's in that? Instead of just saying, let me get the strawberry mixed with you need to see real strawberries. Let me see what you're doing, dumping, so be aware and be conscious of your health.
Right.
That's the best part.
So number 4, it increases your risk of type 2 diabetes. Worldwide prevalence of diabetes has more than doubled over the last 30 years. Obesity, which is often caused by consuming too much sugar, is considered the strongest risk factor in diabetes.
Facts. Cardiovascular health. Yes, that's facts.
All right. Moving down, number 5, it may increase your risk of cancer. Eating excessive amounts of sugar may increase your risk of developing certain cancers.
Definitely. Can I stop you real quick?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you said something a little bit earlier too. I wanted to touch on. You mentioned inflammation.
Yeah.
Right.
The itis. We were just talking about this last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Simple turmeric. You know what I mean? I think I sent you some information too, Griff, on that last week. I don't know if you got it, but it was a study. There's actually several studies done on turmeric. It's one of, if not the most, I think it's the most studied herb on the planet.
Yeah, it's top.
And dealing with inflammation, it's top 3, and it's really, really strong. The top 3 are all extremely powerful. And dealing with the topic of cancer, that is a type of itis or an inflammation and of the cell. So that is also, something that we carry it's different. So, you don't necessarily want to take the turmeric powder that you have in your cupboard, right? That you're making your curry with.
Right.
Right. Now, it does work, if once you cook it, you actually extract the curcumin from it. So you make it medicinal at that point. But if you actually want to take turmeric, you want to take the curcumin and you want to take it already extracted. And so we carry a turmeric bioperine, which is a high level extract to help with those challenges, to help people with inflammation.
Right.
That's right.
All right. Dr. Suzar, in her book, Drugs Masquerading as Food, she says sugar is added to almost all foods in the supermarkets.
Yeah.
She goes on to say sugar is not food. It provides absolutely no nutrition.
Right.
What nutritional value does sugar have?
There's zero. Absolutely none.
Okay.
Zero. I mean, it's empty calories, and like you said, it's damaging the body. It's actually more addictive than cocaine. And so if you want to say why, why do they add it to all these different foods? Well, those foods are most likely in a box. Those foods are likely in a can or in a bag.
In a bag, yep.
So they want to keep you coming back. Give you a little taste, keep you coming back.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm down to number 5. I'm trying to move quick. We're not going to get to all of them, but
Griff, let me say this too. It's also important too because we got to remember that when we taste, laboratory sugar, white sugar, it actually sends signals to the brain too. And then also we talked about a few weeks ago about parasites. Mm-hmm. So, if you have parasites in your body, you've been feeding them these sugar that they love to feed off, or if you have, yeast or candida, overgrown yeast in the body, they're locked into your nervous system, and they're basically pulling on you for more sugar anyway. So everything that's going on, you have little festering bacteria, fungi, yeast, molds growing in the body, feeding on sugar and asking you and actually tapping into your neural pathways and forcing you to have those cravings. You might not actually have those cravings.
Right. So people are asking questions. How can I get off of sugar? Is stevia not good to use as a sweetener? Someone says agave. Someone wants to know about what is organic molasses. So people are asking, what is the substitute? What's the substitute? And then answer some of those things.
Well, the best thing out there, there's several things that are actually really good sweeteners. Okay, there's something called gao hun, and
what is it called?
Gao hun, and it's a Chinese herb. It's very expensive, so it's not something that's easily obtainable. But it's about $40 a pound. But it's amazing, and it actually has medicinal qualities.
Right.
Really, really sweet. Tastes amazing. It's just not readily available. Then we have things like date sugar, date syrup. Mm-hmm. Agave is one of those things that there's a lot of debates about. I like using agave raw, blue organic agave, and because it's non-glycemic. So if you do have sugar challenges, it's not going to cause your sugar to spike in any direction. However, if you were to, let's say, use it long term, like every single day, like you're making sweet tea with excessive amounts of agave in it every day, over time, it can definitely lead to other challenges. It won't be glycemic, but too much of anything. And it is, at the end of the day, it is processed. Mm-hmm. So it's still raw, but it's still processed. So in that, you'd be careful not to just overdo it, but it's not going to damage you in that way that other sugars would. You also have,
raw cane sugar.
You can, raw cane sugar.
Oh yeah. Look, raw cane sugar. I know most people are getting it as, or know it as terminado sugar. I like this one. It tastes really good. But like you said, don't do too much of it every day. Don't try to add it to everything, especially when it comes to these herbal teas. I've noticed people like, can I add some sugar to it? And I'm like, no, learn how to, change your palate of your tongue, and also you're changing different chemicals in your brain when you start to just say, you know what, let me drink it as is, instead of saying, may I add something to it, so
let me add on to that. So that's also a key. There's a whole lot of keys to using herbs, and when it comes to sugar, Sugar historically has always, not always, but oftentimes been used in conjunction with herbs. So honey and other types of natural sugars have been used, and it's like they knew innately the body's intelligence basically uses sugar, complex carbohydrates, to communicate with other cells. So you can add certain sugars to the herb to actually make it have a better communication with the cells. However, a white sugar that we were talking about earlier is actually counterproductive with herbs. So oftentimes the sugar reacts in such a way that it'll counteract whatever herb you're taking. So if you're taking some good herbs and then you just dump some white sugar in it, you just
Right.
Yeah.
there was no reason, there was no point in that. So there's a few others. You also have gravy, maple syrup. There's several, but the ones that I named are, that we named are pretty much the best ones that you want to kind of work with. Stevia, I heard somebody say stevia. Stevia is fine, but I don't personally like the flavor of stevia.
Yeah, it's the taste.
It tastes like what I say, beat and low.
It's like beats in the
beaten low.
Beaten low.
Yeah, it rhymes with another.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things where the flavor of it is not great. Now it's 300 times more sweet than sugar.
Right.
You only need a little bit, but the aftertaste is, for me, not palatable.
Right.
You can grow it yourself. That's
Yes.
something you can just have it, and it's a green leaf.
Yes.
So it's definitely a good choice.
Right.
A healthy choice.
All right.
Yellow is like Splendor.
Michael J. Faulkner. What's up, Mike? How you feel? Good, bro. He said, peace, brother Griff. What about dealing with the emotional part of eating, especially sweets, and how does one overcome that? But I'm sure Mr. Michael Faulkner, remember back in the day, because this is one of the things that got me. You remember the Ohio Players?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You remember the song, Sweet Thing? That sister was on the cover of the ball, and sister dripping honey on her.
Hey, look, my daddy had that.
Yeah, bro, I ate honey ever since then, bro. I'm sure Michael Faulkner remember that.
You said that.
But he was asking, what about dealing with the emotional part of eating, especially sweets, and how does one overcome that?
Detox.
Yeah.
You got to learn how to detox, and like I was saying, changing what you're doing. If you just sitting there emotionally eating, of course you dived into it, so you want to just put whatever in your mouth to make you feel good, comfortable. And so learning how to abstain and detox certain things out of your daily habits, because if you're eating that already emotionally, you're feeling like, okay, something's going on. It's sending different triggers in your body where you're feeling okay. And it just, emotions we face those every day at every moment. So it's learn about having discipline and abstain, detox. You need some assistance with that, we can assist you with the detox program, to help you relieve some of the things that's going on. And also you can get some frequencies, tune up some optimized frequencies for your emotional health. And we can also work with you in Bach remedies like flower essences and different essential oils that helps with the
no, you said the right thing.
Yeah, it helps with
counseling also.
Counseling, yeah.
Because
deep.
Emotional stuff. The fact that he's asking a question. I don't know if it's for him personally, but if it is, that's important, because at least you're able to recognize that you're having that challenge, and that's the first thing you have to do when you do have a personal challenge that you're working with. So with that being said, you definitely are going to have to make a personal decision about your life and where you want to see yourself. If you can already identify that you are emotional eating, or that you're an emotional eater, and that you eat sweets when you're in an emotional state, or certain emotional states, then you definitely need to go within yourself, make a decision about what it is that you want to see yourself being. So, you've already assessed your present situation. Now you want to see what is going to be your preferred situation. And then you need to take some action. So whether that's calling us, seeking a counselor, but definitely, as my queen was explaining, you need to detox because it sounds like parasites to me, potentially.
Right.
It could be all emotional, but a lot of times parasites also can cause you to have certain emotion and have a certain emotional breakdowns, etc. And they also crave a lot of sugar. So it's very likely that you might need to do a parasite cleanse for sure. And
Well, give Mike your website and give Mike your phone number.
All right. So our website is smaifarmacy.com. That's SMAIFARMACY.com. And our telephone number is 770-670-7780.
Okay.
All tomorrow.
Now, Dr. Suzar goes into, wow, why are refined sugars deadly? Causes, develops, promotes, and or directly linked to, right, hypoglycemia, heart disease, hypertension, kidney damage, yeast infection. Hold on for a second.
Yeah, that's all tied in. That's all.
Your
pH balance is off. Your pH balance off. Also, dang, I was about to key in on something too. Oh, the emotions being tied into the eating as well. And you're saying heart disease, that also plays a part of like guilt or different sadness. So you're eating emotionally as well. You're tying it back into actually the physical damage that you're doing. So yeah, and I've heard of that so many times, and where people look at somebody and just determine their health. Oh, you look healthy, but you don't know what they've been through, what's going on. They drink every night or they partying every night to get rid of whatever's going on. So they drinking, eating late. It's like a cause of, well, we don't see that happening. We just see it looks like fun. We want to be there, but you don't know actually what's going on internally. So yeah, emotions, eating. Yeah.
All right. Also, stroke, arthritis, asthma, infertility, emphysema, cancer, migraines, cavities, obesity, blindness, depression, mental illness, behavior disorders, criminal behavior, multiple sclerosis. Wow.
Yes.
And yeah, she has a whole lot more on that subject. I'm only reading parts of it.
Look, I don't disagree with any of that. All of that, it's telling, and it's one of those things that when you look at like you said, the obesity in this country, when you look at all of the statistics about heart disease, especially in our community, no shot to any other community of people, but our people are suffering the most when it comes to all of these things, whether it's diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, cancer, etc., etc., the itis, all types of. So, it's important, Griff. And again, I just want to, send you some honors and shout you out, because you're doing this on a daily basis,
right?
Bringing information to people that is needed, and so it's obvious that the people that watch your show appreciate you, and we all should, because you don't have to take the time out in your day, in your evening. You got family, you got businesses, you got stuff going on.
Right.
You're going out of your way and spreading love, spreading truth.
Yep.
And all the people that's out here hating on you is because they can't be you. They can do what you do.
Right.
But you out here serving. So honest.
Thanks.
Is that?
Give thanks. Shout out to Richard Carson. Thanks for the donation. Of course, Melvin Alexander. Thank you very much. They said, keep up the work, good bro. Someone's asking me to turn the book the other way. I can't. Drugs masquerading as food. Dr. Suzar. Google it. Write it down. Drugs masquerading as food. We only have a few minutes left. We only up to number 6, and I didn't even get a chance to show the video. And we only talked about a few things in the book. We have to do a part 2 next Monday. Is that all right?
That's good.
I mean, I knew sugar was going to be a very conversation. But we need to kind of dive deeper into sugars.
Let's do it.
Because I think it's one of those situations I had to kick the habit. Growing up and the whole idea of dessert. It's like the idea of dessert was, you're about to get a sugar fix. I mean, have a sugar fix because, you was about to eat some sugar. Cupcakes.
Birthday parties. That's the reason why.
Birthday parties. Right after happy birthday to you, you was about to cut the cake and you was about to have the fix. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I only got desserts on holidays.
Dang.
And I was lactose intolerant. So I couldn't enjoy people's birthday parties. They eating cake and ice cream. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Dang.
Yeah, early.
Yeah.
You never took the Oreos and dipped them in the cookie?
Man, before 6, yes. After 6, I could not stand. I couldn't even take it.
Yeah. I heard a commercial this morning that says America something's on Dunkin'. It was a Dunkin', a drunken donut commercial. And it was critical, man. And no, you're right, Large Professor. Remember the penny candy store?
That was
you can get candy.
Bro, man, I
get nothing else. You can get candy.
I was telling Aisha the other day, I was like, when I was 8, my grandfather used to send me to the store for cigarettes. That's back in the day when kids could buy cigarettes at the store. So I used to go in there and get them the Moors, them brown cigarettes from my grandpa. But they had pennies.
I call them Moors. They knew.
I come in with about 200 pennies, get busy. Get busy.
4 piggy banks, damn. But anyway, if you would like to donate to the Serious Minds platform, you can do that by hitting my Cash App. It's $ Professor Griff. That's $ Professor Griff. Of course, if you want to donate deeper than that, because your pockets may be a little bit deeper, you can go to www.professorgriff.me and hit the donate button. That's my website, www.professorgriff.me. Hit the donate button and make it happen that way. Yep, I remember Little Debbie cupcakes, Twinkies. Oh man, who was the other one? Hostess. Who was the other ones, man? I mean, the cereal industry, period. Sugar Smacks and Sugar Pops and
Crunch. Got to crunch my thing. Then you add the milk on to it, so the milk got the lactose with the sugar.
Smacks was my thing, because all you was doing was eating sugar and drinking milk.
Hey, Griff, I was eating the cereal out the box because I couldn't do no milk. So
right.
Yeah.
I was
Frosted Flakes. Damn, I forgot about Frosted Flakes, man. Tony the Tiger.
Frosted Flakes.
So we're going to have to do part 2. I'm only in the middle of this. I'm only up to number 6 over here. And I got the video queued up and we didn't get to either one of them. Like, now you taught Kaboom. I don't even, that's way beyond my pay grade. Kaboom. Apple Jacks. I remember Apple Jacks. But yeah, I don't remember the other was Kaboom. That's like some new age stuff.
Hey, remember the cereals that was on the bottom row? They was in the bag.
Oh yeah, you get a big bag.
But you know why they did that? Because Shorty, 2 or 3 years old, it was at eye level.
That's right.
And he was pulling on mom's coat and pulling on mom's pants leg for her to get the food. Ooh, I want some of that. He said, you warned your children before you got in the store. I said, listen, we about to go in the store. Don't touch a goddamn thing.
That's right.
You got the instructions, man.
Right.
Because I remember my auntie used to pluck my ear. Leave that alone. Don't touch that.
That's right.
Because it was so colorful.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
For real, man. And then, yeah, Crunch Berries, Fruity Pebbles, Sugar Pop cereal, Cocoa Puffs.
All that. Woo. Yeah. Sometimes you mix cereal too, so you definitely get
taking it back. Now I'm thinking about Saturday cartoons.
Yeah, Lucky Charms. God damn.
Just eating.
They're magically delicious. You wonder why.
Yeah, though.
And some people right now, when they have an emotional kind of dependency on food.
Mm-hmm.
Little Knot said you could eat a whole box, and it's nothing but sugar. Definitely honeycombs.
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all, before we get out of here, can we go get one song from the sugar craving songs, like sugar? What was the Sugar Smack song? What was the Sugar Pop song? Come on, what was magically delicious? Lucky Charms, right?
That's Kellogg's. 1956 Kellogg's got a sugar. What did it say? Let's see.
I think we're about to try to play one for you.
Sugar corn pops. Sugar pops are pops.
Yeah, Sugar Pops. Yeah, I remember that one.
Way. He does his job the Sugar Pops way. Kellogg's Sugar corn pops. Sugar pops are pops. And
Yeah, who made the song Sugar Pop, Honey Punch? The Temptations started a song like that, right? No, the Four Tops.
Four Tops.
The Four Tops.
1956. Ooh,
Yeah, I wasn't even born then, so you way beyond my pay grade.
Ooh-wee. Oh wow.
And Cookie Crisps.
Hey, that was the one.
These are cookie,
That was
right?
the
Because that's
one
what they
for a
call.
hot minute, Griff. That was about 84. Them Cookie Crisp.
Yeah, Tricks. Remember Tricks?
Yeah, I ain't like those.
Kids.
Man, I couldn't eat them.
What's this?
The commercial was cool, but when you got them to the house, they didn't have no flavor. It was kind of like bland.
Right. All right, family. We gotta get ready to get out of here. Quan, peace. Thanks for stopping by, doing your thing. Because you about to give me a toothache, man.
Hold on. Mr. T cereal.
Yeah, I don't know nothing
It was
about
the truth.
cereal, bro.
Was that? What he say?
What'd you say, Griff?
Nothing about no Mr. T cereal, bro. That's way beyond me.
Let me see.
Right.
It was like 84 when it came
I
out.
remember Fruit Loops. I remember, yeah, some other ones, but yeah, nah.
I was eating the Mr. T cereal, watching the Mr. T cartoon. Oh man, that was the move right there.
Hey, we had you all coming and going.
Yeah, they did. Hey,
And then remember, you used to run around in your tighty whities with your white socks on. You took your t-shirt off, tied around your neck. And you thought
you was Superman. I'm telling you.
Nah, bro. I just thought that was me, but that was a lot of us for real.
I got pictures. It exists.
Like 4-year-old with a beard, huh? Anyway, my God, we gotta get ready to get out of here. We'll see y'all next week at 9 o'clock. Oh, Monday, 9 o'clock, where we're gonna be dealing with part 2 of sugar. The dangers of eating sugar, the risks of eating sugar. On Melanin Mondays Medicine. All right. Give your website, your phone number as we get out of here.
All right, so you already should know it is smypharmacy.com. We also are located in Atlanta with a brick and mortar. So make sure you hit that online link tonight to get what you need. Any product that we mentioned is at smypharmacy.com, smypharmacy.com. And our telephone number is 770-670-7780. Make sure you call us tomorrow between our opening hours, but we got you. Leave us a message. Peace and love.
Thanks.
Rael.
Peace and love, family.
All right, peace. Remember, pick up the King She formula on smypharmacy.com, and also make sure you get the Resurrection formula.
That's right. Oh, them two.
I wanted to give y'all a few bottles, but they already off the shelf, man. I got like 6 bottles left, and I already got orders I'm trying to fill right now.
Right.
Thank you very much for making this really successful. I'm coming out with the Resurrection Plus.
Woo.
It's really, 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 really good. Trust me, fam. this is works. A couple of dudes called me and said they're working on their third child right now. I'm like, that's not my fault though. I'm just saying though. Get out of that one. All right. Seriously, 3 dropperfuls, half hour before you about to do your thing. It works. Trust me, it works. But we don't treat, diagnose, or cure. I can't cure that. Thank you very much for making this really successful, the resurrection formula. Get yours now. I still got some bottles left though. Love y'all to life. This is Professor Griff. I got to get ready to get out of here. All right. Peace, fam.
Peace and love.
Peace. Da-da-da-da. Fam. All right. Love y'all to life. Thank you.
The Serious Minds Brain Tonic was created to sharpen the mind by protecting cells and increasing neurotransmitters associated with learning and memory. This is the Serious Minds Brain Tonic. The Resurrection Formula. This male reproductive tonic elixir is the resurrection you've been looking for. It is a stimulating sexual tonic with mild androgen-like effects that is nourishing to the reproductive system. You can order them at www.professorgriff.me and www.seriousmindsinstitute.com. Just call 678-557-2919. Your health is your wealth. Peace.
Greetings, Professor Griff, public enemy, instructor for the USCCA. Today, we're going to talk about safety, training, education, and legal protection. Join us out here on the range to get some training, get some education, most of all safety, and definitely if you have to use your firearm, some legal protection. Contact us. Simply go to www.professorgriff.me or www.seriousmindsinstitute.com for safety, training, education, and legal protection. All right? Professor Griff, public enemy, and I'll see y'all in class.